Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Another episode from Zero to Hero. Now we're just about to get my third season underway as Egerson, still here, haven't moved yet. I'm hoping we can go quite far with Egerson before we have to move on to progress my managerial career. So we're just going to have a look at pre-season, have a look at the transfers I made, the formation I'm hoping to go into this season with, and then get today's game underway. First off the board confidence, you can see since I took over the really happy 83% by the way. Wages, I am well under my wage budget, that's 100%. Job security is quite high. But the competitions obviously haven't got started. This season, we are again expected to fight bravely against relegation. Now that's quite a shock considering how well we did get into the playoffs last season. But that is also fantastic because it means there's not a lot of pressure on me. Because I feel we should easily be able to do that. And again, I think we should be pushing for the playoffs minimum. Cup-wise, I would like another good cup run. I was happy with the cup last season. If we can get another good run and actually get a bit further, I'd be delighted. On the schedule, so we played quite a few games in pre-season, and we started pre-season against Odd, and we lost the game 2-0, but I did set up some tough home games to start with. I just wanted to kind of build a bit of fitness, but also get some fans through the gates as well. So we lost to Odd, then we lost to Bran 3-0. And then this is the game we actually started to play a bit better. We got beat 1-0, but we looked a decent side. But then Haugesund came to town and we were shocking. It really was shocking. It's the only way to describe it. But after them games, we travelled away to VAR. This is one of the first games we should be considering to see if we could win. And we got a 1-1 draw and we actually salvaged in the 93rd minute. So not a performance I was too happy with, but to get away with a draw. But we actually then lost 4-1. We had a man send off in pre-season, which always drives me crazy when people actually manage to get a red card in a friendly match. And then this was the first game where we actually picked up a victory in pre-season and we actually started to look like a team who could do well again this season like we did last year. And then we followed that with two more impressive victories on the road before 1-1 draw the local rivals Old God to finish pre-season. So results-wise, in the whole pre-season's not been the greatest, but at the end of the day, the results don't matter. It's more about just getting fitness and just kind of improving the team cohesion, obviously with some players coming in, etc. But now we're just going to go on the transfers list, see who I've managed to sign at the minute. So as you'll see, there's a lot gone on, only 3 have come in. First off, one of our backup strikers from the first 2 seasons, Anderson's gone. A midfielder stroke defensive midfielder who I brought in second season's left on a free. Thornton, a right back, he never got into the team, he was always in the reserves. A young midfielder, Slaveland. We had a bit of hope for him, guys, if you remember, but he just never managed to do it, so we ended up getting rid of him. Guyland has gone, another youth defender. Salverson, a player who, he wasn't bad, but he was 32 and he wanted quite a lot of money, guys, so I ended up letting him go. He just wasn't worth paying the money. Our backup left back, this is a guy I actually wanted to keep, but at the wages he wanted to stay were just crazy. I think he wanted £350 as a backup. After that, a reserve team attacking midfielder stroke striker, and then Hovland, one of the backup left backs. He played a couple of games, with him being young, I was giving him a chance. And again, another backup striker left. So quite a lot of backup players have gone. I mean, definitely took some wages off the budget. The first signing is a defender on the left and right, so delighted with this. I mean, if you check them out, there's some really good solid stats, and he had a couple of good seasons for Brina. Played mainly for the main team in 2015-16. Didn't really play many games, but when he did play, he didn't do too bad, so I was happy to bring him in. 27, definitely solid. Diaz is going to be still my first choice right back because he's been awesome. So this guy's coming as a backup, so the fact he can play both fullback positions is fantastic. The next sign is a central midfielder. If you remember, I showed you this guy last season. He was someone who had been scouting from Solar. He has average stats, but he's coming as a backup only on £110 a week. So that's the reason I mainly brought him in. So the first 2 were only backup people. The third signing is again another backup. This guy is good. I'm really happy with him. He can play on the wing, because I am looking to play the the 4-2-3-1 formation a few times this season, because obviously near the end of last season it threw the opposition off, and it definitely worked just using it as a curveball. So there's going to be a couple of formations getting used this season instead of always just using the 4-3-2-1. So he has fairly decent pace, good dribbling stats. As you see, he played for Sanas last season, played 7 games, so he's got experience at this level. So going to the tactics, it's going to become quite familiar because this is the 3rd season. The 3rd season we're using this formation, but also quite a lot of the players started at the club. So, I mean, when you go through, we've got 1, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the first team started at the club, and then most of the bench and most of them as well. We have slowly turned around. I actually thought there was more, to be honest. Sorry about that. We've actually slowly brought in players over time. I mean, every time we've looked at the transfers, there's not been many dealings, but then when you go through, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the first team, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 players. So there's 11 players are different from the starting team to now. 2 players who are different, but for different reasons. New for different reasons. This is the guy I showed you last season. He came through the youth recruitment last year. He's had a full season in the under-19s. We can obviously see here. On this one. He's played 5 games for us in pre-season. He hasn't done bad. 6.56 is not amazing, but he's only 16. For some reason, he did play for the under-19s last year, but for some reason it's not showing up in the non-competitive, which is a bit strange. I thought there was a non-competitive section. Yet there is here. It's so frustrating when that happens. Sorry about that. I've literally just gone on to show you nothing. Good work, Paul. There's this guy then, who we've obviously just looked at there. He's 16, he's got fairly decent stats, so I'm giving him a chance this year. That's why he's on the bench. And as you saw, we let go a lot more players than we've signed, so there are spaces to fill, and I've decided to give a youth a chance. I mean, this is another guy who is on the bench today. He's got 10 for first touch, he's got 9 for passing, 15 determination. Good stamina, good natural fitness, so hopefully he's going to do well. Good work rate as well, and this guy has just come through the youth system only a couple of weeks ago. And then the third person getting a chance today, he doesn't have good heading, which is something I'm working on, but apart from that he's got fairly good centre back stats, and he's only 17, so again it's all about giving youth a chance this year. This is my 3rd season with Egerson, and they have a really good youth system, so I definitely need to use it more. So I mean, when you go on there, we've got only 3 players under the age of 19. And then we've got our goalkeeper, who is now playing his 2nd season for us. He played 31 appearances last year, and he's only 20. So delighted with that. And again, someone who hopefully is going to stick around for a long time. Then we have Bremen, who's now 21. He played 4 times in 2015. And then he played 1... Oh no, sorry, I signed him last year. I'm getting so confused. He's only 21 now, so hopefully he's going to get some game time this year. He's obviously on the pitch starting today. Nordby is only 22 now, going to their 3rd season. Again, he's our first choice left back, but unfortunately suspended today. He's played 35 times for us now. I'm really happy with the team. I mean, there's nobody over the age of 30. We've got 3 players who are 30. But apart from that, everyone's under the age of 30. I think I'm building something really good, and I just hope you guys agree. The club is down, has been, I think, is it still insecure? Finances okay. They're not that bad. We 587k in the bank now. Now we did take another bank loan for the undersoil heating. Then we had the bank loan for the seating work to improve the stadium after season 1. So we do have just under $1 million in bank loans, which is a bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, we're not struggling financially. We are losing money each month, but at the end of each season, it's balancing out as well as the cup run. But I think I've rabbited on enough. I think I've got it all covered. Obviously, we're going in with the 4-3-2-1 today. We do have the 4-2-3-1 wide, and obviously signing Hagland as well is definitely a signing which is going to help. Shall we chuck him in? Yeah, we're going to chuck him in today, get him registered for today. But I do think we've got a good chance today against Raynham. Definitely a great game to start with. And then after that, we've actually got a local derby against Sandnes Ulf. Second game of the season, which is fantastic. Definitely a good way to start. 2 home games and 2 big home games as well. I tell you, I'm just going to register because I want to register the centre back as well. There we go. Just got both of them registered now, just so when I'm picking my team, I don't accidentally think they're suspended, etc. But let's get into today's game. I can guarantee I've definitely rambled on this episode. I might actually call this episode the Ramble, because I have talked randomly at times, trying to explain everything. But I'm excited to get back into this. Season 3 underway, from zero to hero. Hopefully I can progress with Egerton. If not, I have been offered a couple of jobs over the summer actually. But unfortunately it was with clubs who've just been relegated to the 3rd tier, so I didn't want to be dropping down a division. But hopefully my career path as a manager and with Egerton, I hope, progresses nicely this season. A nice improvement from last year I'm hoping for. Espen Paus steering the strike force again this year. So let's hopefully come on. Let's see if we can get a victory today. We need to settle down as well, definitely. I mean, pre-season possession, shots, pass completion, it hasn't been amazing. There's been a lot of changes. Obviously only 3 players coming in, so hopefully it can improve. Not the greatest first half. I might actually throw the cork curve, but actually I've just looked and Hagem is actually only 71% fit. Total mistake putting him even on the bench at that fitness. Then I'm going to take Espen off. Klepkager came to me in pre-season. He obviously wasn't happy that he didn't play enough games last season after me signing him. So let's see if he can get a goal here in the second half. Free kick, Garcia taking it. And we've actually got a penalty. We have a penalty here. Looks like Gertson's going to take it. See if he can tuck it away. Which is weird because I selected penalty takers and he was not one of them. But he tucked it away. That is fantastic. We are 1-0 up. A win is a win. I would take it off a penalty. Now I just want to make sure we are solid. One of the main things I want to do is make sure we are as solid as we've been for the last 2 years. So hopefully we can keep a clean sheet now we've took the lead. See, they've had more possession than us so far. Gertson's actually on a yellow, so I'm actually going to take him off because I don't want to risk going down to 10 men and end up losing the game because of it. No, they've got a free kick. Oh, he's offside. He's offside. We have been saved because that was some shoddy defending. Oh, harp was in my mouth. I think it's going to be debut time in the second, lads, for the young 16-year-old, who's going to get as much game time as I can this year. If you guys remember at the start of the second season when I actually originally showed him, when he was 15, I said I was going to try to bring him on as much as I could, and he didn't actually get a single game for us last year. Due to us being pushing for promotion all season, it was just too risky. Where this year I just think we're good enough to take that risk. And fantastic, Klepkager has got a goal after me bringing him on at half time. So I'm going to bring on Matthias Berkelund, and he's going to come in as the attack midfielder in the centre. I don't want to bring him on as a playmaker because I think it's just a bit too much pressure on him. But you'll see actually our 2 local rivals, Brina and Sandnes Ulf, are actually topping the table, first and second at the minute. Playing Sandnes Ulf next is definitely going to be an interesting tie. Pleased with the defensive work. Okay, they got upset. Fantastic. So that is a 2-0 victory to start the season. That is definitely a way I want to start this season. So pleased with that. Delighted. Let's check the schedule, see when you're going to come back and join us, guys. Let's have a look. Mjorndalen maybe. Yeah, I think Mjorndalen at home will be the next game. The start of a new month. We do just played the cup. The first round of the cup, we're more than likely non-league teams, so I don't want to be streaming that. If we do get a major club in that randomly, I will come back for that. But if not, it'll be Mjorndalen at home. So thank you for watching. Do apologise for the ramble at times, and I will see you next time.